Hello and welcome. Episode 2 of Hard Hats, Hard Heads, and Hard Times. I'm your host, Nathaniel Walshmit, and of course with me as always is a Mr. William
Bill Elverman, and I'm standing up very straight. I'm going to stand very straight. Some people were concerned with my stance in the last episode, so
I thought your posture looked fine.
I think it's great.
You might have a wild guess at what we're going to be doing here today.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's a lot of beer.
My goodness, my Guinness.
That's right.
Yeah. But before we get into that, obviously we survived somehow episode 1. We appreciate all the feedback we had from
a lot of good feedback.
Folks that I've never even met before, to of course family and friends.
My
I think we'd be
grandma
remiss
loved
if we don't review those to see how we can get better.
Yeah. I think we look at a couple of. In fact, I think Miles, our intrepid producer, maybe has a couple of the comments that he received up on the screen here for us to look at. Generally, I think the responses were positive. This one here, this was.
That's not the most positive, but
This was a text that I got one evening, and we were called mildly funny.
that sounds like a Siskel and Ebert quote, actually.
Right.
If we were to have been rated by Siskel and Ebert,
Yeah.
mildly funny.
Mildly funny.
It was funny. Even of course, my, usually your parents are your biggest fan.
Yeah.
My mom, so what'd you think? Meh.
Did you ask her if she'd watch it again?
She said that might be a no for me, dog. Verbatim. So
That might be a no for me. Your mom is the hippest mother I've ever met.
So we've got a mild hole to dig out of.
All right.
But I think we can do it today. I think we can turn this around.
Yeah. Let's see what else do we have here. Oh, I see a common theme here. We thought you would be funnier.
No, I take this is actually a positive as far as, I'm going to take that as a compliment to ourselves of people that know us.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a sense of humor.
Well, I think if I could diagnose this one, if I'm being honest, I think if I could diagnose this one, in private one-on-one conversations, is it fair to say we're generally maybe just a touch more vulgar? Like there's maybe just a little bit more of heat to the humor?
I think there is.
Which
you and I have that natural reaction to anytime there's a camera rolling. PR mode, right?
PR mode, we have clients, employers, and partners in the industry to think about, and so if you did watch this and you thought, oh, I thought they would be funnier, we're trying, and we'll do better. We got to kick it into PG-13 mode, maybe.
I think PG,
and
that would be fine.
Yeah, and see what happens. So
we'll see where this shit goes.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Nathan Metcalf. If you're in the construction industry, particularly in Canada, you might know Nathan Metcalf, and he had this was a pretty common takeaway. People, I think, dug the Fifth Harmony reference in episode 1.
Oh, I thought that was just a random picture. I thought he was referring to Lone Star, of course.
No. But he cleverly cropped out the picture of the well-built man behind the cement mixer. But the whole Fifth Harmony work from home reference really struck a chord with Nathan and many of our viewers. And I, if I'm being honest, I get it. I understand why. We're all red-blooded men and women wanting things, and
that's one way to put it.
There we go. All right, what else we got?
Oh, and then we have
our good old friend Steve Cudd. Hi, Steve. We love you.
Congratulations, boys. Kind of creepy. This is what gets me. Kind of creepy how much you two look alike. Then I guess I look like basically probably half of the males in America right now.
I don't think it's
slightly overweight and a beard. That's all I see.
I'm a little more than slightly overweight, but Steve, I appreciate it, and we miss you, and
we still
hope
love
to
you.
see you soon, Steve. That's and Monica, you didn't need to pick up on the middle age thing, but that's fine.
But yes, Derek, Alabama does rock.
Alabama does rock. Oh, so this was a pretty common. It happened between comments on the YouTube video, social media, personal texts that we got. People remember more than a year ago us at World of Concrete and what has been affectionately called the burrito video. And Matteo, I'm just going to quote Matteo here. I don't think we know you, Matteo. If we do, I'm sorry. The name isn't jumping out at me. But it said, you guys had me hooked as a pair at 4-in-1 bucket, which if you've seen the video, that makes sense. And he says, go get some burritos and reenact that one on your next podcast.
Well, that was a last minute, you said, here, I got you a burrito.
Right.
We did
what's Miles doing?
Oh, hey, I got you a burrito.
Oh,
Here you go.
I guess we're doing this.
Oh, it's warm too.
I guess we're doing this. Matteo,
This one's for you.
this is for you. And I think this is what the kids call
Cheers.
building a base, right? I think we're about to, our burritos just touched.
We're gonna need
That's
it.
not weird at all.
It's not.
Yeah.
What do we got? Can we just cut now?
I think we were talking about 4-in-1 buckets, right? Or no, what are we talking?
Podcast?
Podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm distracted by this burrito now. This is delicious. I think I'm going to set this aside on the workbench there because I think I'm going to need this after we get through this exercise. And I think the next thing we want to talk
After one
about,
more bite.
right? One more bite.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
All right, one more quick one.
What's more gross than two middle-aged guys eating burritos on camera? Maybe nothing. So we're about to break down, and Nathaniel will talk here in a second about what this episode is about. But as part of, we believe strongly in gathering good data, and in doing that, we did a survey of our brothers and sisters in the construction industry. And with that, we offered up 5 winners would win a $100 gift card, which we will be sending out to folks. So
That wasn't smoke and mirrors. That's coming your way.
That's coming
Mr.
your way.
Arthur Porter, congratulations.
Lonnie Shawver, you're a winner.
And Mr. Edward D. I apologize,
Edward
but
DeHerde. Edward DeHerde. Charles is a one-name man. I believe it's a man.
He's like Prince.
We have your email address, Charles. We'll get you. And then Jonathan, you can thank. We put this in a randomizer, and the name of our producer, Miles, came up as the 5th winner, which we obviously.
Which is why I took the survey too.
Yeah, we can't. We obviously can't award it to Miles. So Jonathan, you are the 5th winner because of our honesty and integrity in this process. So
We do have a lot of that going for us.
that burrito made me thirsty.
I think.
What are we doing here?
Well, what we're doing here, so part of what that survey was, if you've already taken it, you know, we were getting your feedback, and this came from all angles of the industry, from business owners, operators, laborers, to rank the top 10 beers in order of your favorite to least favorite.
Not brands, styles, right?
Well, that's correct, just, styles. Of course, then we went and took the liberty on our own and chose the style of that beer, or the brand for that particular style, that we are going to evaluate here today. So I think we should just get into this.
Yeah, and I think talk about process, and I'm no, we're gonna name drop as we go through this process as we film more and more episodes. I'm no Rod Sutton, right? I think of the annual report and forecast, that man puts real love and care into the polling and surveying of our industry. We tried to put like even a fraction of that integrity and love and care into this survey. And so this is an aggregation. We're gonna discover the results here live ourselves in terms of the rank. But the way that the aggregation works is that the number one position isn't necessarily determined by the one that got the most first place votes.
Right.
It is determined by the overall ranking and the aggregation of how people ranked everything. So you could have the most number one votes, but you may not be number one. So we'll find out how this goes as we get through it. And we do have designated drivers. We are not going to drink every single one of these beers, but
Well, and it depends on how they taste, honestly. I mean,
we don't have anything. This is a Saturday. I don't know what day we're going to launch this, but we're filming this on a Saturday. We could sit here and polish these off. We'll see what happens. We have drivers.
We'll see where it goes, but like any good countdown, of course, we are going to be starting with number 10 and working our way to number 1, as well as a little bit of surprise at the end, I believe, that you have for us.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a surprise, yeah.
So,
But,
well, I'm thirsty.
all right, let's do it.
Miles, what do we got for number 10?
A wheat. Interesting.
I would have pegged wheat somewhere in the 5 to 6.
Wheat is...
You think about Blue Moon. There's a lot of mainstream in the wheat category. That really strikes me.
I had a conversation in the airport in Wichita one day with a guy, and I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to have a conversation?
He eavesdropped on a conversation I was having with someone else, and it turned into a whole thing. For me, wheat beers are typically when you buy the variety packs at a grocery store or a liquor store. The wheat beer is the one beer that is always the last one still in your fridge. And you go like, oh, what do I have left? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I forgot. If we're going to do this, I need like a palate cleanser.
Miller Lite is your palate cleanser?
It's the best beer there is. It's liquid gold right there, baby.
So that is what you're using. You could look at this a couple of ways. That's what you're using to cleanse your palate between types of beer.
It's delicious.
Okay, all right.
It's nectar of the gods.
So what do we have? Well, I believe you had said if we're doing a wheat beer, you had made a brand.
Well, so which one
preference
we got
selection.
here for wheat? Let's grab those first and foremost.
The Franzenhana.
Franciscana.
Yeah.
Which is good to say.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, a good beer like that, that's not going to be a toast-off situation.
I ain't gonna. Well, I wasn't gonna even pound it like that either, just because you gotta. There's a certain way to do this. I don't know if you. We're not drinking out of the bottle.
We're not drinking out of the bottle?
No, this is a glass.
So,
Okay, so grab a glass.
All right.
Who got these? Was this Miles? Miles, you get these?
Yeah, we'll blame
this is a Pilsner glass, by the way.
Miles.
This is a Pilsner,
We
so
got
this
many
still isn't
varieties.
proper.
Yeah.
But we're gonna pour it. So
All right.
45-degree angle.
45-degree angle.
Start pouring. Don't pour the whole thing.
Yeah.
Get about a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah.
Swirl. Now we swirl.
The bottle?
Swirl the bottle. We want to get that yeast. We want to awaken that yeast. Okay? That's where the flavor, and actually you get a.
We said we're going to do a construction
There's a lot of health.
podcast.
There's a lot of health benefits to
the
this
phrase "awaken the yeast." Never thought I would. Yeah. All right.
That's all right. So
And we're
just
pouring
awaken
the
it.
rest?
Pour the whole thing though.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna be good.
All right.
And then first one, we got cheers.
First one. Again, we're not going to chug all of these. We're not going to do. So the 10th ranked, to get to the point of this, the 10th ranked beer style in our industry is wheat.
Chosen by you fine folks at home.
Oh, that's tasty,
A
actually.
little fruit
Yeah.
fruit note in there.
Well, so this is, and
It's
this
al-
is.
it's good, but it almost reminds me of like a mild fart. Doesn't it? I get that. Like, no?
Marketers somewhere in Munich right now are going to watch this
All right, I'm done with that
video,
one.
and they're going to find space on the bottom of this label, and it's going to say, kind of like a mild fart. What? I'm not a wheat beer fan. I don't like wheat beers. I could drink this. This is doable. This is actually pretty good.
So as much as you knock on me for it, and I'm sure plenty of you at home are knocking me for my praise of Miller Lite, honestly, when I turned 30, the beer was just too filling. Like I could hardly drink, you put down a wheat beer, to your point, like this, and I am like done.
That's tasty though. I would, this is one, this isn't what this episode is about, but I'll just say this now. This is one that I would have again, for sure.
There's probably going to be a lot more where that came from.
One of the comments.
And maybe a few mild parts along the way.
One of the comments I did get along the way was the burp intentional. And
gosh.
I said, yeah, we're not polished. This is real. We're good. All right. One of the other pieces of feedback we got was that we need to move along a little quicker.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll do that now. Miles, what was number 9? Oh, the Belgian. So I'm a little disappointed here, right?
I didn't honestly know what to expect. My only prediction, I'll just give my prediction for number 1 right now. Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Or, well, I shouldn't say Miller Lite. I should say domestic
Well,
light beer.
we called that roughly domestic light beer, right? And I just, so this.
Oh, now you bring out the.
Well, there's a little bit of story behind this. So this is, I teased this in the TikTok video the other day. We actually brew this beer here. So we've been brewing beer in the back of the shop for about a year now. And my personal favorite style of beer, if you're saying, Bill, what are you going to get when you just want to get a good buzz, high alcohol value, I will go to like a Belgian triple. And so we started brewing.
That's what that is.
A Belgian triple here in house.
Okay.
And this.
So
batch,
does True North Studios actually do any true work here? You guys just, is that a front to brew beer?
We make beer and make this podcast. And no, very little work actually gets done. So I have great pride in this particular beer.
I'll let you do the honors for me on this one.
This is extremely tasty, but it's about a 10% ABV, and so it will catch up to you, and it's smooth. So you'll have a couple of these, and then you'll stand up and you'll be like, "Where's that truck that hit me?"
You're just pouring a little bit for the taste.
This isn't
actually considered like a
one that you need to pour the whole bottle out. No, this is an in-house beer, and we got a little bit of a fun thing we're going to do with this beer at the end of the podcast today. But I am a little surprised that the Belgian style is ranked so low. But
if it's what you're saying it is, it doesn't surprise me. Because I think it's more about the quantity.
yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Actually, I didn't get much flavor.
And you won't offend me. There's no pride of ownership.
If you think my concern is offending you,
Yeah.
we should probably stop right now. It's like and I mean this in a good way.
Don't say a mild
It tastes like Grandpa's pillow. like a little bit of that like homey, sweaty, like a pillowcase that wasn't.
So this
hasn't been
is
washed
where
in,
we tell people that Nathaniel's not a beer drinker, and so this is.
Yeah, I told you light beer. I'll do.
Grandpa's sweaty pillow.
Yeah,
was not on the list.
That's.
I might add that to the little contest we have later. So, all right, what's number 8?
Porter. That's porter. That's Guinness, right? No, Guinness is stout. So what do we?
No, the porter is. We've got this guy here from Founders. This is the Founders porter, and I think there's probably some purists that would be grumpy if we drank this from the bottle, but I think we've.
What are we doing? We're doing bottle or
no? We got to use that glass for the Guinness, the stout when we get there.
Yeah, Guinness definitely.
I'm not a porter guy. I will drink just about every variety of beer.
Oh, I need a palate cleanser for Grandpa's pillow.
Porters just are not great, and not for me. I know there's people that love porters, but I'll give this a try.
Is it dark?
Founders
is dark like a stout, right?
It's a darker beer, and typically there's we'll just. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, what's your feedback?
Hold on, let me get one more.
I'll say this. I'm not a coffee drinker, which I know is sacrilege to a lot of people in our industry. You're either coffee drinkers or you're like monster drinkers first thing. I'm a monster drinker first thing in the morning. I look like a monster drinker first thing in the morning. This is coffee. I would no offense against Founders or people that like porters, I would never order this beer.
As a coffee drinker myself, I don't I don't get that at all, but I could see how you do. What I get out of this is more of like if you were to take a bag of Kingsford, liquefy it, put it in a bottle, drinking charcoal. That's what I
don't pick up the charcoal either, but yeah.
You don't get charcoal?
No, I don't get charcoal.
It's charcoal-y.
Yeah.
It's very charcoal-y.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Again, Nathaniel, not a beer drinker.
I think I've got a career in slogans for beer companies.
I will say that domestic light beer has not made our list yet. So we'll see where that goes.
You heard my prediction.
Yeah. All right.
So, Miles, what do we got next?
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7,
Oh, the
Pilsner.
classic Pilsner. So this is, Pilsners are meant to be, no, that's a domestic light beer.
Well, it's Pilsner.
It's a Pilsner, but it's a domestic light beer.
What do we got?
This, I think it's the can closest to both of us.
Saturday beer.
This is from
appropriate.
a brewery in Madison. This is an unfiltered Pilsner. And it says authentically made in Madison, Wisconsin versus deceptively made
Yeah.
in Madison, Wisconsin.
That feels like an implied.
Pilsners are unoffensive. They're meant to be drinking beers. If you're not drinking the domestic light beer, this or a general lager is probably what you're drinking.
What you think is drinkable.
Right, yeah.
So
let's give this a try. That's actually got good flavor.
if it wasn't light beer, I could see myself putting one of these down.
Yeah, like it's not
or two,
It's
or
not heavy. It's got good flavor, and that pretty well sums up the Pilsner variety. This one, 5.5 ABV. So you could have a few of these after mowing the lawn or after getting home from a long day at work. And
see, the Pilsner is always like it's that very bubbly, like, you know, you think of, well, Miller High Life is the champagne of beers. It's very champagne-y.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of feel like royalty while drinking it.
I do feel like royalty at this moment.
You look like.
And
royalty.
we're only at number 7, and we're feeling
Well,
like royalty.
remember, we got to keep it moving along.
All right, Miles, what do we got?
Yep.
Number
All right.
6.
I'm done with that one.
Oh, all right.
Okay. My goodness, my Guinness.
Yeah, this is again. I respect people that love Guinness.
Quick palate cleanser.
I am not that guy. I just
Besides light beer, I'll drink a Guinness.
Will you?
But it has to be on tap. Obviously,
we don't
you
have
didn't
the,
bring
we
us
don't
a
have the
tapper in
Guinness
today.
tap here, but they've got. If you listen to, and I
There's
probably
a,
should shake this. There's the technology inside that.
Don't you think it's a bit of a stretch to call it technology? And there's a certain way to pour a Guinness, that's for sure, when it is, well, whether it be from a can or...
The purist would say so. The purist would say so, yeah.
I think we need to do it the proper way, which I have no idea.
So should I pull up the video? Are we gonna? Is this what
I mean,
we're
if
gonna
we're gonna do it
watch
right, what do we
all
got?
right, let's sit up and watch the video. Because I don't want to do this wrong. I don't want to upset anybody at home.
Well, especially, Guinness drinkers are very loyal.
They're very loyal. Oh, I love the music. I just feel.
Hi, I'm Fergal Murray, the Guinness Master Brewer at the St. James's Gate Brewery here in Dublin. You've all enjoyed the crafted Guinness taste in pubs the world
We're getting a
over.
story, too.
But now you can enjoy the great Guinness tasting
He's a
experience
handsome-
in your
handsome
home
man.
due to the amazing, unique widget technology.
Oh, there's that
Each can of
technology
draft
coming in.
Guinness contains a ball-shaped widget. When the can is opened, the widget assists
It's a
in
ping
creating
pong
a
ball.
surge, which brings the beer alive inside your can.
So you got to leave it on the.
When poured into a glass, that surge settles to give you that creamy, distinctive head of draft Guinness. And I'm going to show you how
I
to
leave that
pour
one alone?
yourself
Leave it.
a perfect Guinness using this amazing technology. First, take a clean, dry glass and a refrigerated can of draft Guinness. Place the can on a firm, flat surface, and then with care, crack open the can, releasing the freshness.
I'm gonna do mine with care.
And allow the widget to initiate and create that surge inside the can. Just give it a little time.
You didn't do it with care.
about 5
Yours is not going to
I
be
did
good.
it a little more
Hold
violent.
your glass at a 45-degree angle to the can and begin pouring. Enjoy crafting your own pint by smoothly filling the glass. Taking
How
it
do you
easy,
fill a glass smoothly?
straightening the glass just as you near the top to create that wonderful Guinness head. Place your glass on a flat surface and allow the surge to do its work and create that magic in the glass.
These
When you're
podcasts
ready,
write themselves.
take your fresh
I think we just play Guinness videos or how to pour
Pride
beers.
pouring video.
take that glass to your lips and break through that creamy head.
Come on!
This
is too easy.
Energize your taste buds.
Oh shit!
Notice the sweetness
I mean,
at the
shoot.
front of the tongue, the roastedness at the side, and that hint of bitterness that hits the back of the throat. This balance gives you
Again,
a refreshing Guinness taste, a true Guinness experience. You've watched me, the Guinness
we go.
Master Brewer. You try to pour a
This
perfect
was the
pint.
last episode of Hard Hats, Hard Heads, Hard Time.
Now, why
I
don't
don't
you
care.
give it a try and challenge yourself and your friends to pour in that perfect Guinness pint?
What did you say? Did you say challenge your
Joining
friends?
the millions of Guinness adorers around the world, the Guinness fans of Israel.
I
now
wanna
can
see
enjoy
this ball.
the same
Miles, can we get a
great
close-up?
Guinness
Is mine-
at home
is
as they
mine-
enjoy in their local pub.
Who?
It
all right,
doesn't-
YouTube, people on YouTube. Who poured the better pint?
Yours is doing the thing, like the video.
I think
was.
mine is doing the thing.
Mine's not doing the thing.
Urologists are stunned.
Oh,
They've confirmed that ear ringing is shrinking your brain cells.
we get a tinnitus ad? We get a tinnitus ad after? Have you drank this yet?
No.
All right, so YouTube, you're going to tell us which one of us made. If you're listening on Spotify, you won't have.
I don't
the
know if that's
benefit
something we
of
can
the
get a.
visual.
We can get a. Is that something we can do?
You won't have the benefit of the visual
Although-
on Spotify, but YouTube, tell us which one of us poured the better pint
But what's the
in a
measurement? Is it-
Pilsner glass of Guinness. Well, they'll
Is
tell
you measure
us.
by head, or
we
what's
don't,
the?
We don't know. I don't.
Well,
yeah, I'm not a
that's-
Guinness drinker.
Yeah, you.
Let's talk about the taste. Let's get back
Okay.
to this whole thing we're doing, which is we're at number 6.
Now Guinness is smooth. Like I said, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it on tap.
Do I have the mustache? You
It's
have
not
the
good.
mustache.
What I haven't.
Yeah.
Wait, I do. Is it gone? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's smooth. It's rich. Yeah, this is drinkable. These are deceptively dark, or I mean, they're dark, but I could put these down.
Yeah. So this is no offense to my Irish heritage, which I am so proud of, but I would not. There's a number of other beer varieties that I would hit before I'd hit this guy.
Oh, that's where you're wrong.
We spent a lot of time.
Palate cleanser.
We spent a lot of time on stouts. Miles, what's number 5? I still have this burrito back here, which at this point I'm very excited about.
I can't even wait to eat it.
Oh,
Mexican lager.
Mexican lagers.
Mexican lager. What did Miles get for us?
Well, here we have a Pacifico. I'm a fan of Mexican lagers. I went through a whole Mexican lager phase. I generally enjoy a good Mexican lager.
They're usually, I don't know, it's like skunk butt.
Are you surprised a little bit? Are you surprised a little bit to see Mexican lager this high up on the list?
I think it boils down to that drinkability. It's
Yeah.
similar in that sense to, your domestic lights.
I feel like you've been doing palate cleansers with Miller Lite. I feel like after the stout,
You didn't try yours yet, did you? Mm-mm. Okay, well, I'll wait. I already did my palate cleanser, so I'm ready to go.
all right, here we go.
Pacifico.
Pacifico.
Mexican beer, number
Mexican
5.
lager.
You're supposed to drink these with a lime, I think. And actually, for that matter,
Yeah.
we did we didn't do the Weiss beer.
If you heard that, I don't know if you heard that in the background. Our crew is also enjoying. If you're ever wondering about how much it costs to do a taste testing of 10 beers by buying it by 6-pack, the answer is about $100. So not only we're obviously having one each here, but we now have shop beers for the next few weeks. Our crew is because we believe in people having a good time.
I know where to find myself after 5 o'clock then.
Yeah, for sure. This is tasty. See, this is I could drink this all day long.
I'm not getting that skunk butt as much as I
No.
would have expected.
What did you call it?
Skunk butt?
No, there was another word though that you added in there.
Ass?
Synonymous with butt. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no. If we're talking smash or pass, that's pass.
I would smash the shit out of this Pacifico. All right.
Palate cleanser. Miles.
Miles, what do we have number 4?
What?
Domestic light beer, Nathaniel's favorite style of beer.
Time out. This
Time
is rigged.
out?
This is rigged. There's no way. I do not believe that for a second. That's number 4.
So the rankings are a little bit. We asked for a little bit of a surprise here in terms of the rankings. We wanted to do this one by one, but I do have, again, talking about the importance of how the surveys were done. Surveys were done by aggregation.
Right.
So I will say that I know that this was.
Well, I know which one's my light.
In terms of first place votes, and you could probably think of the other variety of beer. In terms of first place votes, this was number 2. There's another.
What was number 1?
Well, I think we haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
But the way that aggregation works is that people rank all throughout the spectrum. We had 14 varieties of beer, so people ranked them 1 to 14. So as aggregation goes, this was the second most popular in terms of first place votes. As aggregation goes, because you either love it or hate it.
You did your homework on these.
This was
okay,
4th.
I'm
This was
just-
4th. So
I'm
we
just
have
rocking and rolling.
Miller Lite as our domestic light beer. Miller Lite.
I mean, if we get up there in the old subscribers, I think we should be placing a phone call to our friends at Miller on a, maybe a little partnership. Just saying.
Yeah.
But what's funny is I just cracked open another Miller Lite,
Did you cleanse your palate with a Miller Lite to taste
and then only to
the
open
Miller Lite?
But you got it. So again, liquid gold. You got to
Right.
get that first fresh
Right.
taste. So I figured it was.
Is there like, do we need to pull up a video on pouring and tasting Miller Lite? Or do we just-
it involves a set of keys. Right at the bottom, stab it. Turn it side. I can't do it because my beer's already open. Turn it sideways. Then you bring it up to your mouth, and let gravity do the rest.
I feel like someone's
And
going to screenshot what you just did, and that's going to become a meme.
And that's I guess
That's
I'm
okay.
open to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we're putting ourselves out there.
Right.
I'm not going to do it today, but I'm not saying I haven't done it.
Yeah.
If we're playing the honesty game,
For sure. For sure.
So domestic light beer, number
Domestic
4.
light beer, number 4.
A little disappointed.
All right. Let's see what we got for number 3, Miles. Oh, the IPA. Here we go. All right.
I have nothing. I almost have no words.
So, but this goes into, we talked a little bit about the process, right? You either love or hate IPAs. You either you're an IPA person, or you think they are the worst things ever made ever.
And this is no offense because the people have spoken, but IPAs are a fad.
But they've been
a
a
fad.
fad for 20 years.
Yeah, but it'll die. It's a fad. That's gonna
20
die.
years, I think.
I'm,
I've been drinking beer
I mean, until you
Since
got
the late
sta-
90s.
until you got the staying power of
a domestic light beer.
So not saying
All
I
right.
was saying.
But so let's talk about IPAs real quick. So
And what
just going back to the whole voting system, if we were strictly doing by first place votes, IPAs would have been the number 1. But that goes to speak to the love or hate it perspective of IPAs. You either love IPAs or you hate IPAs, which is how the number 1 first place vote getter is ranked number 3.
This isn't like Stone Cold Steve
I
Austin?
don't know if it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I kind of hope it is. It's El Segundo Brewing Company, which none of these brands we're affiliated with, by the way. We have no rights. We have no anything. We're just drinking beer on the internet.
And he's from Texas, right? So
He's
what
from
do you think-
Texas,
what's-
but
so
El
where's
Segundo is California.
Oh, so maybe
But
it's not.
Broken Skull India Pale Ale, and there's a snake with Steve Austin signature. This has to be Stone Cold.
This is Stone Cold
because Stone Cold said so.
And you know how we have to, if we're talking about proper ways to drink
we almost
each beer,
We almost got to do.
it's almost like the smash.
We almost got to do a smash, and then we got to yeah.
Yeah.
I love IPA.
Austin 316 says,
So-
"I just drank this beer."
But this is the I love IPAs.
Yep.
You
I'm done.
don't.
I don't.
What did you think? You're reaching for your Miller Lite that fast.
Palate cleanser.
Steve Austin, if you see this, I just want you, that was unplanned. Both of us knew the pro wrestling reference, and we just both smashed the cans. Totally unprompted. That was
No,
fantastic.
I'll give it a fair. I didn't get much of it. Okay. This brings me somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Where does it bring you?
You know where when you just get done cutting your grass, you got fresh grass all over your mower deck.
You put
If I were to grab a clump of it and go, it's pretty good beer. That's where I am.
What you're saying
That's
is
why you don't drink IPAs.
IPAs taste like putting grass in your
It's
mouth.
chewing fresh cut grass.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's where it brings me.
Oh Lordy,
So,
I love IPAs, but again, this is what I
number
love
three,
about
I don't get it.
surveys and statistics is that
there's-
it shows you the aggregation versus a quick popularity contest.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be a no for me.
all right, what's number 2? We're nearing number 1. We're almost at number 1.
Amber.
So this is surprising to me. No one ever.
That's
You
kind
tell
of like
me if I'm wrong.
that's like a sleeper beer right there.
No one ever
Like,
goes.
who would expect
You
that?
know what I want right now? I could go for an amber beer. No one does
Yeah.
that. And there's a lot of good ambers.
Is Boston Lager technically?
They have an amber.
Sam,
Fat
Adam?
Tire, which is a phenomenally popular beer, is an amber.
If you're into fixed gears.
Lion and Kugels has an amber. We went with Rebel Kent here,
Three Sheeps, Rebel Kent. Amber
But so
Ale.
this is, and I realize this is my error, and our producers have already told us we're running long, so I apologize. I realize Three Sheeps makes a fantastic Scottish ale. We forgot to put Scottish ale on the list of types of beers. So I don't know where Scottish ale would have been, but I feel like amber being this high.
I think. Well, obviously, yeah. We struck a chord here with amber. So
I have not had this Three Sheeps amber. Let's try it.
this is like kind of it's room temperature.
Oh, that's good. I would drink that, but like I'm a Fat Tire guy. I would drink Fat Tire. Yeah.
I'm trying to get it.
What do the notes say when you
Yes.
gurgle it? What do the notes say in the back?
You know what? You're gonna love this one. I'm getting a metallic-y taste, like a tinfoil,
Yeah.
a Reynolds tinfoil.
Oh my God, Three Sheeps. I'm so sorry. I'm sure there's not
I'm for hire.
metal in your beer. No, I think I would drink
It's
this. This
metallic-y.
is delightful. Yeah. You don't like it?
There are ambers out there that I've had that I like. So I will say that, but that one in particular, it's okay, but
Okay.
palate cleanser.
Well, so we both have one more beer in front of us here, and so I think it's safe to say
So not much of a drum roll required
what
here.
might be the number one beer for the construction industry, and it's a lager.
Do you think anyone, though, while taking the survey, got lazy and just, lager, they associate it with a light beer?
Could be.
And
There
maybe,
could be a.
was 1 and 2 maybe like
Well,
domestic?
but similarly,
Because like let's just take Miller High Life isn't a light beer, but it's a Pilsner, I think.
no, but similarly, you referred to Miller Lite as a Pilsner, which was its own category.
Correct.
So there's a lot of interchangeability between
Yeah.
types of beer and our perspective of what that type of beer is. It's not surprising, though, that one of the most, I would say, in terms of flavor and notes, and we're going to try, this is a Narragansett, by the way. We travel a lot for work, so if you're up in New England, that's where you're going to find a
I was
Narragansett.
just there, and I remember seeing these
And
around.
there's
I didn't get it.
Every region has its own lager. So, but
Yeah.
this is largely typically
It's Narragansett. What'd you say?
Narragansett. Typically unoffensive in flavor, not a whole lot of, like where IPAs are hoppy. This is pretty smooth. Typically,
Made on honor, sold on merit.
I think that's branding we would all like. All right.
All right, cheers. Cheers to the last one. And not in stone cold fashion.
Not in Stone Cold fashion. I like that. That's if I'm
Cabbagey.
this is to your point, you've brought it up a couple times. If I'm trying not to get bloated and full and gross, I would drink this. Did you say cabbagey?
Cabbagey. No, let's go back to if
What
I
is
don't want to
cabbagey?
get bloated and full. It's not like just don't drink. It's I'll probably should just drink this.
I should probably drink this. Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of like, oh, I better sober up. I'm gonna start drinking beer.
All right. So no, that's true. That's a thing. So
And Bill, so we had a surprise for the good folks at home at the end,
yeah.
and I believe that's some sort of contest.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna. It's not as much a contest, although we'll pick a winner. We will. Someone who responds. We will find a way to pick a winner, and we haven't really thought this through yet. But we're going to have a contest to. What did you describe? You described.
Oh gosh,
Again, Nathaniel's not a beer drinker. Other people really
that's
like.
not true. I just proved it 10 times over today.
Other people really like our Belgian triple, and so we're going to have a naming contest.
That was this one, right? This has got to be it.
That's that guy. What did you? Was that the Grandpa's Pillow one? You told me that my beer that I made, handcrafted, tasted like Grandpa's
I told
Pillow.
you, you're the last person I'm concerned
Again,
about offending.
He's not a beer guy. So
Hold on, hold on.
the beer that we make here in the studio, which is
That's Grandpa's Pillow.
fantastic Belgian triple. We're going to have a little poll here linked in the section where you can watch the video here. And we've got 6 names, and we're asking you to pick between the 6 names. Miles
Now this part was fun doing.
Right, this was
Maybe
fun
not partake
coming up
in
with.
said, but
See, we need to talk about marketing and how marketing works. I'm telling you, if you enjoy a good Belgian triple, this is a good beer. But this was fun. We came up with
Yes,
6
good.
different names for if people, wanted to rank and select which name we should go with.
and keep in mind, worth mentioning, that is we try to keep within the theme of the construction industry. So
Tied to the
you
construction
might
industry.
catch
Yep.
where we were going and coming from with these.
So Miles will throw this up on the screen, and we'll have a link to the poll in each video here. But the first option, the first candidate is single Grouser Belgian triple. So we're playing with the Dozer or excavator track gauge design a little bit here. A popular one when we were discussing this, we have 3 points of contact Belgian triple, which is, I think that's a good industry
so. I
reference
like that
there.
one.
Yeah, that was a
Good
one.
wordplay.
I'm just going to preface this now.
Not to tout, but I think I came up with that one.
I think you came up with that one. We know, because there's internet cowboys out there, we know who all of you internet cowboys are. You're going to say, oh, it's a 4-in-1 bucket. It's a 4-in-1. We know it's a 4-in-1 bucket. But we thought a fun name for a beer might be 3-in-1 bucket Belgian triple.
It's the play on triple.
It's the play
and the
on
number
words.
3.
But I guarantee you, even though we just explained it, some internet cowboys
Can't
will be
wait.
like,
I can't wait.
it's a 4-in-1 bucket.
These mildly funny podcast hosts don't even know it's a 4-in-1.
It's actually like 75-in-1.
That's
there's
as I've heard.
That's a burrito video reference. The third option here is Lube Truck Belgian Triple, because I think we've got a couple of our producers in house as well.
We need social lubrication as well as equipment lubrication.
There was talk about the importance of lubrication, social lube, and so the third. Are you okay?
Just move on.
Do you need a minute?
Just
no.
You'd be wise to just move on.
The fourth option here is Lube Truck Belgian Triple. We have, if you're from the South, you don't call it an excavator. You call it a track hoe.
I was gonna say you don't call it an excavator if you want to,
That is
maintain
if you're in Georgia,
credibility.
Alabama, the Carolinas, Florida, it's not an excavator, it's a track hoe. And so track hoe Belgian Triple is the fifth option. And we had to throw, again, we know that the common backhoe configuration is 4-stick. We have an option here for a 3-stick Belgian Triple. Again, a play on fairly common industry nomenclature. So take the poll, pick your favorite, and what we're promising that we're going to do is that we're going to make some of this available to folks, and it will be branded and called what the winner of this contest is. So you have the power and the ability to name that, despite what he says, name what's actually
It's not
a pretty
bad.
damn
It's
good
not
beer.
bad.
So
It's not bad. And, I'm just going to throw this out there. Maybe we'll even send out some free samples
we'll absolutely
to anyone
send
who
out free
participates.
samples. Yep.
And everyone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Free 6-packs for everyone.
Yes.
You'll do that, right?
No, he's
Oh, okay.
making promises that we cannot deliver on. But we'll do what we can, and we will send out some samples of this. So take the poll, name our beer. You can help name a beer today. And so we broke one of our promises that we said early on. We said we were going to be quicker.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Sorry.
And
Sorry,
we added
but also not
alcohol.
sorry.
We added alcohol to the mix, and we failed on making this shorter.
And I'll be honest,
We will do
I'm not
better next
seeing
time.
based on, I don't know, based on the ideas we got floating around for episode 3.
The next episode, and this might take us a couple weeks. It's a big one. I don't think we want to spoil it
Nope,
today.
not
but
today.
This is going to involve our first field trip. It's going to
We are going places, folks.
We are going
literally.
places, yes. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Episode 3 is going to be a pretty big one. And with that, with my Narragansett Lager, I will say cheers. Thank you for joining us here.
Cheers, folks.
You now know that based on a selection of the construction industry, what the top 10 styles of beer are. If we've delivered any service in this 40-some minutes of rambling, Jesus Christ, you now know the ranking of top 10 beer styles. Thank you, Nathaniel,
And how they taste. Thank
for
you,
hanging
Bill.
out today. And thank you all at home for listening and watching. We love you, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye. That's the alcohol talking.
It's okay. It can be at this point.